Hello everybody, myself Rutal Mahajan from SVNIT Surat, Gujarat, and I'm going to talk about machine learning based paraphrase identification system using lexical syntactic features. First of all, my sincere apologies to all of you for not being present there due to some unavoidable circumstances, and many thanks to the organizers to provide me an alternate way to present my work. Now, I would like to start with the famous picture here. What can you see here? A glass half empty of water, a glass half full of water. Whatever you can see, it represents the same thing, a glass of water. It is called a variability. This variability occurs in our life when we communicate in a natural language. Now let's see how human being tries to understand anything while communication and what are the issues occurred during this meaning understanding process. Now, whenever we see something and we had a thought or concept that we want to communicate, we just relate it with some kind of symbols. For example, here the process of boy falling from a tree is represented by this symbols FALL in some language. Here it is English language. So, fall stands for this process or the season. Fall is represented by another word also, another symbol also, that is AUTUMN, autumn. So in this way we understand meaning of any process. Now let's see what can be the issues. Now when I say the word fall, it can have two different meanings in different contexts. For example, it can have meaning a boy falling from a tree or a season fall. A season fall can have two different words to represent. For example, it can be represented using word fall or autumn. Now apart from that, the word selfie, it was not very popular decades ago. Friends, in past few years only, when we have taken our own picture and we need to communicate regarding that, then we relate it with the symbol selfie. We call it selfie. So we can say our natural language is evolving day by day. Now these are the issues related to the natural language, and we can do this complex meaning understanding process very easily from our childhood, but it is quite difficult for computers. How to solve these problems? The problems of variability, that is same meaning inferred from different text, and ambiguity, a different meaning inferred from same text. For example, given two sentence S1, Sears Tower is the highest tower in the North America, which is 303 feet higher than 1050 feet Empire State Building. And sentence 2 is Sears Tower is 1353 feet high. Now we as a human being understood it very easily that both sentences are similar. How computer will understand these sentences are related or not? So we need a common solution for modeling language variability problems in NLP tasks. The solution is paraphrase identification. Now let's see what is paraphrase. This is the outline of my presentation. Now I am going to talk about the literature survey that we have done. Then we will discuss about proposed work, then result and conclusion. Now let's see paraphrase. In general terms, if we say paraphrase is the sameness of meaning between different wordings, the ability to draw simple inference is the key test of understanding. Means, if you can't recognize the inference between sentence 1 and sentence 2, you haven't really understood S1, that is sentence 1, or sentence 2. So, we should find out the inference relation between two sentences S1 and S2. Paraphrase is said to be a symmetric relation of inferability, means it is a bidirectional relation. Apart from that, in literature, many definitions are there regarding paraphrasing. If we say it in a general terms, it can be described as the same situation can be described in a different linguistic manner, or we can say it is a text-to-text relation between two non-identical text fragments that express the same idea in different ways. Here we have to focus on paraphrase identification. Actually, in paraphrasing task, there are three types: paraphrase generation, paraphrase acquisition, and paraphrase identification. But here we will focus on paraphrase identification. It is a task of deciding whether two given text fragments have same meaning or not. In literature, Microsoft Research Paraphrase Corpus is considered to be a standard corpus for paraphrase identification since 2005, and many state-of-the-art approaches have checked their performance on Microsoft Research Paraphrase Corpus. It is the corpus on news domain. Total it consists of 5801 sentence pair. Among that, 3900 are paraphrases and 1901 are not paraphrases. Training set contains 4076 sentence pair. Among that, 2735, that is 67.5%, are paraphrase cases and rest are non-paraphrase. Test set contains 1725 sentence pairs. From that, 1147 are paraphrase and rest are non-paraphrase. Now, in literature, different approaches we have studied, such as which can be categorized into knowledge-based approach or machine learning-based approach. Machine learning-based approach can be a supervised approach or unsupervised approach. In that, we have seen that knowledge-based approach heavily relies on a lexical resources such as WordNet, VerboCean, or it can have different representation of linguistic units. It can be a deep representation or shallow representation, but the general limitation found in all knowledge-based approaches are it requires manual annotation or lexicon writing, which is very expensive. Language changes rapidly, so it's difficult to keep resource up to date. Validity of such approach depends on richness and variety of resources. Supervised approach mainly has three stages: feature extraction, then feature selection, classifier training and result. In that, various classifiers are used. For example, Naive Bayes, maximum entropy classifier, SVM classifier, deep models such as neural network, etc. Now, it gives supervised approach gives better results, but it requires huge amount of manual effort for preparing training data, and change of domain requires rework. Now, unsupervised approach. It neither uses the handcrafted lexical resources nor hand annotated training data like supervised approach, because information automatically induced from raw text corpora without human intervention. For example, it projects the words in high dimensional space or build the graph, and then it applies the clustering. For example, different unsupervised approach for paraphrase identification uses vector-based similarity models such as latent semantic analysis, explicit semantic analysis, simple semantic analysis, or different graph-based models. The advantage of unsupervised approach is that it avoids the manual training, but it do not outperform than supervised approach. It have plenty of applications like question answering system, text summarization system, intelligent tutoring system, plagiarism detection, automatic evolution, then natural language generation. Now let's see the problem. We have given an input sentence pair from MSRP corpus. Output, a paraphrase or not paraphrased is checked. External resources we have used WordNet, Weka, and Stanford NL. Mainly it works in three stages: pre-processing, feature extraction, and classification. Pre-processing we have used tokenization, that is for compulsory, and stop word removal and stemming whenever it is required. In feature selection we have used lexical features and syntactic features, and for classification we have used SVM, Naive Bayes classifier, voted perceptron, and multi-layer perceptron. Apart from that, we have also used this voting based combination of classifiers. Now the features we have used are these are the lexical features. Its goal is to capture morpholexicon based changes in the paraphrase. Unigram match, bigram match, word overlap, and the matching score is calculated using the Jaccard similarity. The formula for Jaccard similarity can be given as between sentence 1 and sentence 2 as S1 intersection S2 divided by S1 union S2, means common words from S1 and S2 divided by all the unique words of S1 and S2. Negation detection and replacement, in that negated word identified from sentence using neg dependency tag, means neg relation from Stanford dependency parser is extracted. So its antonym from WordNet or VerboCean before comparison is extracted, which requires lemmatization before finding its antonym. For example, living is converted to live, staying is converted to stay after lemmatization. Antonym relation found such as live is the opposite of stay in sentence 2. For sentence word match, live and stay, live opposite of stay, which is match. So score given is 1, otherwise 0. Moreover, here in word overlap, the wordness based synonym expansion is also done. So if particular word is given in sentence 1 which is not directly matched with the sentence 2's word, so its synonym is expanded and then matched. Syntactic features, relation, head, modifier. This dependency is extracted from Stanford parser and it is used for matching different relations with structural alignment. For example, subject-subject match, when subject of sentence 1 match with the subject of sentence 2. Subject verb match, that subject and verb of sentence 1 is compared, or you can say match with those in sentence 2. If no direct match of verb, then wordnet distance between verb of sentence 1 and sentence 2 is calculated. If it is less than 0.5, match is considered. Same way, in object verb match, object and verb in sentence 1 is matched. Same way, over here if verb is not matched directly, then wordnet distance between both the verbs, means verb in sentence 1 and sentence 2 is calculated, and same threshold is used. Noun match, and that nouns in sentence 1 and sentence 2 are compared using relation NN. Name entity match, in which name entity is extracted with the Stanford any tagger, is compared in sentence 1 and that in sentence. Here structural alignment is considered. Not only head and modifier pair is compared, but the relation is also compared. Now the different evaluation measures that we have used in our work are recall, precision and F measure or F score. Now, these are the results that we got by our system on different cases, such as here it shows individual results of SVM, naive-Bayes, voted perceptron, multilayer perceptron and voting Bayes classifier. And here it shows the precision for only lexical features, for only syntactic features, and here the combined features. Same way for recall and F score. Here from results we can see that F score for lexical features for almost all the classifiers except this naive-Bayes are higher, that is 81.41, over here 81.12, 81.13 and 80.97. means it is a comparative results with the state of the art system of paraphrase identification as given, which are achieved only using lexical features. But here we can see that using syntactic features, where actually the result should be better than lexical features, but it is degraded all the cases. And in combination of features, instead of getting good results, we are not getting good results. The lexical features are outperforming all the syntactic and combination of features. Now let's see the analysis and discussion regarding that. Now SVM classifier extract all the true positives but 0 true negative, all false positive, and naive-Bayes extract the maximum true negative. Voted perceptron and multilayer perceptron has extracted good amount of true positive and true negative with low false positive value compared to SVM. Same way for voting based. But here it is found that while analyzing random sentence pairs from MSRP corpus, some sentence pairs are found to be near missed in the corpus due to identifying paraphrase. For them, more deeper level of features are required. For example, here the example of one false positive case is given. I hope. Sentence 1. Walmart estimates more than 100 million Americans visit their stores every week. And as 2. Each week, 138 million shoppers visit Walmart's 4750 stores. So, to identify that, we need some deeper level of features. Now, so from that we can conclude that with the less number of features, we have achieved the competitive results with state-of-the-art system. But MSRP corpus contain high lexical overlaps, and due to that, using simple lexical features only, we get the good result. Apart from that, we have also seen that there is a small change in structure of sentence 1 or sentence 2. It is greatly reflected by dependency based feature with structural alignment. So we need some good other scoring mechanism to capture this change and score that to improve the scores of syntactic features. Also, we need to compare the result with the result on other corpus for useful feature finding. Other corpus such as Pan paraphrase corpus or Twitter paraphrase corpus, which have more realistic examples. And further work is required on types of different paraphrases for using effective and less number of features, and we are currently working on that.